something wanting that. News, edit, right? Non-7 movies with somebody. Content browser. And made a very, very fast, dirty upload video. Black. Yep. Hello, by the way, how are you? Please feel free to say hello. I've been working 14-hour days to 16-hour days to 18-hour days, depending. A little crazy. I just need to find the name of the bloody thing. Demo intro video.mp4, I think. Probably is. I think it's an MP4. Yep, MP4. There we go. So, movies are skippable. Actually, no, I better not. That'll keep everything busy. So, need to crash out my game. Oops. Pardon me. And load it back up again. Oh. Oh, there's my Xbox thing. I don't actually play any of these. Cool. This is double-headed dog go. Bogs. That's fun. Oh yeah. FIFA probably. Ooh. No, I do like Wolfenstein. I'm very fond of Yakuza. Like the Dragon. Yeah, ah, someone's asked me a question. Good question. Uh, Housekeeper. Thanks for that, though. That is a bloody good question. And you know what? In like the year or so, well, 2 years I've been developing this, no one actually got around to asking me what a wiki is. So, good on you, mate. Now, I'm just going to load up my thing again. I'm getting some load errors. That's what's causing me all of my sadness and dismay. Oh, cheers, man. The Steam page isn't everything it could be simply because I'm not great at social media. I've been spending too long developing the video game and not enough time developing the actual, like, bloody Steam page. However, I will get to it, I promise. It's just a case of getting the time. The demo on it isn't actually particularly, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Why is my email not working anymore? Interesting. This isn't the first time this has happened. Oh God, tell me about it. It's just horrible. Like the amount of work. It's no wonder that like rich people, like rich companies have entire departments doing this because I just can't. It's absolute murder. I mean, I've had my neck seized up and like I've been sitting here like a goddamn fucking corpse for like months. It'd be nice to actually, it'd be nice to actually step away from my desk for a little bit. But you know what it's like. I don't think in the end this even is for the players. This just becomes like, our white whale. We want to just make something. The thing is, I don't know if you use Unreal Engine or not, but this is driving me fucking crazy. Watch this. There it is. Travel failure, client travel failure, reason for failure, invalid URL, game days, day level 0, shutting down PIE. Now the thing is, I haven't called day level 0 from anything. Also, I happen to know that, it's there, day level 0. So something is calling this travel failure, and I need to find out what it is. Oh, I agree. I agree about the marketing companies hurting themselves with their rather silly ideas. Sorry, I'm just moving the window over here so I can see it. And now when I'm reading what you say, it's down here on the left. Oh, I agree. The thing is, they're setting themselves up for a fall more and more by doing it as well, but it's not like you can persuade them not to do it. Right, I'm just typing travel failure, invalid URL, UE4. Now, let's try and find a more modern question. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's you. Hello, welcome aboard. Sorry about this. Prepare to like see loads and loads of me making mistakes. That seems to be what I do most of nowadays. Probably my age. This appears to be in Spanish. No, that's a streaming level, all right. What if I do a search on something down here? I need to do a search on streaming level. Asset. Reference viewer. Oink. There it is. Okay, it's depth limit. Okay, for this, I'm going to look at load. Oh, good man. In that case, you're in for a flippin' treat, I'm afraid, because there are so many. Because for whatever reason, at this point, see if you can work out where this is, okay? If you work out this, I'll give you a 10 pence bug finder's fee. 10 whole pennies, yeah? So I don't have any volumes around this that I can see. Okay, well, I've got one all the way down here, but I don't think that could be it. Let's see what this volume is. That's my ocean simulation. What is this? Oh, I see. That's just these. Yeah, I have a bug happening. Okay, so everything's streamed in, everything's streamed out. But when I walk to approximately across this line, okay, you'll notice no volumes, no volumes, no volumes. But when I go across that line, it's like, buddy, nothing for you. And then it calls the error travel failure, client travel failure, reason for failure, invalid URL, game days, day level 0, shutdown pi. Now, invalid URL, that's a question. Have I actually used that function? I didn't think I had. So something is trying to load it. I mean, the thing is, the game's actually working as well. You know, everything's working. It's just suddenly when I go to this bit, it's not. So something in this area here must be doing it. I know this belongs to my persistent level. And I know the cars belong to my persistent level. And it bloody well should do. Yeah, but the weird thing is, right, if you look at this, okay, reason for failure invalid URL, game days, day level 0. You can see it here, day level 0. So it knows it's here. Yeah, there's no collider. There's nothing that will trigger the actual function itself. It's very, very peculiar. Now I'm having a look over here. Look at that, you see? You've got to come and join a channel and suddenly there's, you know, bugs galore and some old fellow with a beard looking confused. It could be redirections in folder. Hang on, let me have a look. Fix up my redirections. In fact, let's fix up all redirections. No, oh Jesus, cancel. Don't press the wrong button. Well, that's the thing. I can't find the function that's actually doing it. The only thing I'm getting, okay, is I'm getting the message log popping up. Now, I haven't built a function to actually look for it. And down here, this isn't where we start anyway. If I just play from here, this is, you know, the cableway, right? Now, I should, in all theory, you know, there. We did it again. So something there too. Let me try different directions because something is doing this. I'm wondering, I mean, look, I can walk over here. There should be a blocker here. Yep, there is. Okay. I don't know because the level of detail isn't really causing a problem that I can see. So it must be something in this corner. Because look, when I'm in this corner, it's all fine. That's where it is now. Let's have a look at what's going on over here then. So, well, that's it. There's a lot of functions that get called based on position, but most of them are collision based, right? So I have, for example, this here. This is an ender. So this is going to basically call the end of the demo. I've got another end trigger over there. I'm not sure why it's all the way over there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got another one over there. And I've got another one below it for this one. Now this one's huge actually, so this could be too big. I'm going to delete that. Wow. Yeah, I'll give it to that. I'm going to get rid of these for the minute because I think these could be what is causing me a lot of grief. Demo and trigger 4. Yeah, I was thinking about LOD too, but the reason that I'm wondering about my collision volumes is I have had some issues with my actual blueprint, not my blueprint, my actual world shifting slightly, which sounds weird, but not my level blueprint. What I mean by that is that my actual the sea, for example, has like jinked somewhat, and some other things have jinked a little bit, and it's a little bit weird. Here we are. So endings. Let's kill these. That says none. That says none. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Right, so now there's no endings enabled. The file that says it can't load is the level I'm actually in right now, so it shouldn't even be loading it, which is peculiar. So play from here. I mean, I've got rid of a load of the volumes now. Anything else, and it's probably... There, it must have been the volumes. Yeah, it's these volumes. So what it is it must be one of these. Now, this is opening end screen, and end screen. No, let's have a look at that. Where's end screen? This is a good question. Maybe it's end screen that's missing and it was getting the map wrong. Yeah, there's no end bloody screen. Okay, so why is it not loading end screen? Where is my map? A menu. There it is. Yeah, there weren't any volumes in the area, but so my guess is that was a glitch caused by the blueprint, because if we go back to, hang on a second, let me just show you. Page project, recent levels. That's what this is. If I go back to, that doesn't exist anymore. That one. Oh, God, sorry about this. Right. I think that the actual blueprint itself, because this is a huge blueprint, and you will notice that it has a big collision volume inside it as well. I think the blueprint for this was somehow interfering with my external blueprints that I was using to judge, when to call an end, coupled with the fact that, yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Hope you don't mind me swearing. There's going to be a lot of swears. Game dev, man. I remember I met, you ever heard of Richard Gray, Level Lord? Richard Gray was like, well, is like flipping legend. Look at that. It's a blind. That's what that is. Yeah, so Richard Level Lord Gray. He's you can look him up sometime. He was like the original level designer for things like Duke Nukem and Doom levels and stuff like that. Really, really amazing guy. And like we had this I went to go and meet him one time because I was doing a talk on hard surface stuff and he was doing a talk on level design at a conference we were both at. And it was all a case of like, oh, you've got to be careful, make sure you don't swear, these are students, all this kind of thing. So, I was a really good boy. And Richard Level or Grey comes on, and it was like just obscene and hilarious. It was probably one of the funnier things I've heard. He is such a funny guy. He's made mostly of beard. I mean, I had a big beard until recently, but his beard was legendary large. He was like Jeff Minter when it came to beard. Right, so we do have an end zone here. Okay, so this is an ending demo end trigger. So I'm going to open up my blueprints. Level blueprint. So are you a Unity guy or are you some other engine kind of person? Or girl, okay? I make no differential. Right, so camera fade to black, and I need main menu, not anything else. Main menu. Fade into main menu. Puzzle ending. Yeah, that's cool. Unity's a really good game engine. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, this is the best game, or this is the best game, or this is the best game, or whatever. And that's fair play, but to be quite honest, whatever you want to work in is the best engine, in my opinion. Absolutely. Oh, very nice. You see, that means you know clever maths. I do not know clever maths. I'm an artist by trade, a hard surface artist, and a fairly lazy one too. So I have to, therefore, you know, budget an awful lot. Thing is, I'm in my element here. This is the kind of thing I love. I love this kind of thing. So Actually, I was going to put some things here, but I think what I'll probably do is just uh, decisions. I don't want people to fall down here, because if they fall down here and start exploring, they can explore my entire map, even if most of it is turned off. And turned off is the way I want it to be. I wonder if I've got a kill volume. I bet we have. A kill volume will do the job. Really? That's impressive then. That is impressive, man. I have to say. Right, here we are, kill zone volume. Right. So, good thing about this is that anyone now who goes down this far is going to die. That's a very good point. I like the way you think. Well done. Okay, let's scale this up by 10,000, by 10,000. But not on the Z, because that'll kill everyone. That should give me a nice big zone. That's huge zone. Okay, look, why are you... stop it. There. Yeah, I've noticed Unity doesn't come with pre-built blueprints. For me, that's invaluable because I'm slightly dyslexic, and so it causes like all sorts of issues for me. So that's really, really cool. I mean, for me, it's been invaluable because, I mean, I was fairly well known. If you're young, you won't remember me at all, but I used to be fairly well known in the training and indie groups as like a hard surface guy. And oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, the I got sent a demo basically for Unreal Engine pretty much as soon as it arrived. Back on beta 4.0.1, I think it was. And that was when they were still going to be charging money for it. And I hadn't used Unity and I'd never used Unreal Engine either. But because I was given Unreal Engine first, it was like, well, I'll use this. Why not? And, you know, I really like it. But that's just personal preference. It was like when I used to use 3ds Max, and loads of people used to use, what's it, Blender? Not Blender. They used to use, oh, what is that program called again? Maya, that's it. And, I mean, that's cool, you know, use Maya by all means, but it doesn't matter what you use. Yeah. Well, for the kind of game I'm making, to be honest, I mean, I need mummy holding handies, you know, because this is, you know, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's put it that way. And I'm relying heavily on being an artist rather than being a coder for what I'm doing. I'm really into the ergonomics of this. That bloody back down. It keeps refreshing and moving. Right, let's see if I can get this now to work. What I've been really trying is mixed media as well. So I know I'm a hard surface artist, but I also, well, there you go then, I highly approve. Because I know I'm a 3D artist, but wow, that is a bad angle for that camera actually. It must be through the wall. I'll have to turn it around. Grenville. There we go. Like that. That should fix it. I'll move it out. Oh, yeah, I'm very. I just like the art. I like doing the art. I like games. In a game like this, which I've made, which is kind of Lovecraftian, my whole point is that Lovecraft was very much into, apart from racism, he was very much into a tableau. He was into setting the player up so they saw a scene and then going, look at the scene. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Yeah, this is it. this is exactly what you can expect, to be quite honest. Um, Now, 7 years ago, when I was first given a license for Unreal Engine, and they said to me, like, you should make a demo project. Go make a demo. Cthulhu for Targan, my friend. Yeah, when I was told, go on then. I was upside down. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Like, I had a team with me of about 12 people. And out of those 12 people, we had one programmer, and the programmer got a better offer and vanished 2 weeks in, and that was the end of the project. Because, and so I realised at that point, well, if I didn't learn how to do this, even if it was just using second blueprints, then I'd never get anything done. And I like working with other people, but at the same time, I like working to my own deadlines, which are normally far, far too long. So yeah, this room's full of like Cthulhu's lighthouses. When you get to being like nearly 50 like I am, so you have a lot of crap. Right. That's working. That's working. This is coming across, so that's working. I've got a kill zone that we can fall into, so that's working. And then I want to put a blocker around this entire bloody bit because I don't want anyone getting near it. See, the thing is, up here, there's loads of parts of the island that aren't streamed in at the minute because I'm using streaming volumes, and I don't want the player going off on an adventure at all. The idea of a player going off on an adventure and seeing everything in advance is kind of no, do not want. So I've got to be very careful. Make sure they're blocked out of it. That should do it. Nice big slice. Admittedly, never ever underestimate the cunning of someone who's on a demo that's free, but you know. Right, now let's see if this is overlapping at this end volume here. Does not appear to be, so that's good. And down here, past the terrifying looking walkway. It's too sunny at the minute, but I'm going to set the sun back down again. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's bring my audio back in. God knows I need it. So, audio. The demo gets released on Steam, and then Steam releases it. So the demo will go out. Well, technically, it'll go out later today. If you want, it'll be ready in 12 hours. It's just Steam won't release it until Wednesday on the Steam Next Fest. So, I mean, if you want to have a listen, please knock yourself out. I mean, a play, sorry. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yep. Only problem is that because I rely heavily on art assets that I either create myself or purchase legally, don't want to get caught using someone else's assets without permission, my dude. Yeah, but because I do that, it's huge. I mean, I've optimized it like crazy, but there's a lot of stuff on this. Right, here we are. So I have boat noise, intro cue, Peter lines, story on. Where's my water gone? Water. Boat noise. I know, I'll duplicate it. Water noises 1. Oh god, so do I. I like playing those though as well because a good one, normally you'll find there's so much stuff in it. And like stuff that just didn't make the final cut, especially. Right, so there's the underwater settling. I don't want the bow breaking, but actually I do. Seagulls. Don't want the diesel engines. This is what I don't. So take those out. And instead, I'll duplicate that. Put that back in here. Better. I'll save. And you can now place these in correct points. We want that. Dude, place. Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I've made quite a few. Funnily enough, I've made a few H.P. Lovecraft themed games because, it's what I enjoy. Attenuation, stabilization. Yep, yep, fine. Yeah, I've made quite a few of these kind of things, but like releasing them isn't something I've done. Mainly because I had a problem, if I'm being honest with myself. I had a lot of problems with, well, basically, but is it fun, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. Now, there's a game development guy called Ernest Adams, I think his name is, and he does this um, series on game development. And I think another guy called Alex does one as well, who I also know, trying to remember his name. And basically, their premise is, but is it fun? If it isn't fun, one, why you're developing it, unless you're a horrible, evil corporation, and two, like, is it fun for the player? And I always believe that this kind of thing should be as much fun as possible for the player. I'll just skip one here. This is the cableway. Don't be fooled by how long it is, by the way, because it goes very, very fast. Very, very fast. Faster than is actually comfortable, which is good because you have to use it a few times if you actually want to complete the demo. So how do you feel about hand-holding in demos, if you're still there? Because I have to be honest, this game isn't a hand-holding kind of game. Listen. Hand holding. It's where, you're being shown exactly what to do. Hey, buddy, I'd like you to do such and such. You see, because I'm old and therefore old school, most of the games that I used to play back in ye day weren't hand holding games. They didn't used to, like, take you by the hand and show you exactly what to do. I mean, if we look at games like, for example, a good example of that actually would be the video game Elite from 1984 or 5, can't remember which. But in that game, like, you had 9 galaxies to explore. And at some point in it, well, there we go. Yeah, in Elite, like, there's this point where all these new missions suddenly become available, and there's never even been missions in the game whatsoever. And it doesn't tell you about it. Unless you actually locate these missions completely by fluke, you don't find out about it. And I love that. The fact that there's things to do, but it's not telling you. So you actually feel a sense of discovery rather than the game, like, saying, you should go this way. I mean, for example, in here's like a weird supply railway. Can you use it? Absolutely, but I'm not going to tell you how to. Here's the walkway. Can you walk down it? Absolutely, but I'm not going to tell you the best way not to get killed. You can explore the entire bloody island. There's actually a load of buildings on it because it's all open world. Not in the demo, though. And then over here, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can finish the game without, doing too much. In fact, you can technically win this game just by, turning around and going back on the boat again. But, oh no, 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 definitely not. Although you should reward people if they've discovered a puzzle and solved it. In this game, there is no lose condition and there's no win condition as such. You either, finish the game or you don't. Right, so this is trigger box 3, open level blueprint. Go away, insect. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it. I mean, the whole premise of this game is that, you're a lighthouse keeper, aka a wickie, and you came onto the island to learn how to be a proper lighthouse keeper of this older lighthouse guy. And it's all set on a real island up in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland, with some minor edits because it wasn't full of Lovecraftian horror, probably. But the thing is, lighthouses are terrifying, isolated, alone, and scary. I mean, at the beginning, I'm going to make the player feel like, oh, well, you can get to the island, you can get off the island. But we pull that safety mat away pretty far. Right, so puzzle ending, let's see. So this is a simple ending that just sends you straight home. Goodbye. So right click, add event, A quick overlap on here. Right, you're going home, buddy. Goodbye. Right, what are the ones I've not linked up now? Go home endings. Here we go. And oh, absolutely it should, yeah. And also I believe in reusable hidden content because, if the player doesn't see it first time, it's not their fault. A lot of people aren't expecting it. So, oh God, no. No, I believe that, everyone should have the opportunity to find the cool stuff. I really think that's an essential. Right, found that. Ha ha ha, see that? It's moved. Like poltergeists in my game, man. See, that is a load box. Without that, it won't load and unload things, and you've got to go through it for it to work. So, there we go. Right, let's go back to the rock. I mean, it'd be tempting just to let people come and explore the entire island as part of the demo, but by doing that, I'll be shooting myself in the foot quite a bit, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not really what you'd call a breadhead. I'm not like, out for skinning the player for as many pennies I can get. But at the same time, I've been working on this now for 2 years, and it's been a lot of work. And in traditional game developer sense, it's like pissed off the family because I've not been able to spend as much time with them and stuff. I want to continue developing this, but at the same time, I'm going to need some sort of financial remuneration for it. Oh, Christ, yeah. I've seen some demos where they've accidentally thrown like everything in. And it's like, well, that was good. Thanks very much for showing me everything. This is demo in trigger 1. Do I have demo in trigger 1 here? Yeah, that's in already. Have a look at this to make sure we can get near the par. Demo in trigger 1. Trousers. Then over here, at the end of the walkway, demo end trigger 2. Add event, collision begin. Done. Yes. All right, time for me to test it, I suppose. If you give me 1 minute, I'm just going to pour myself out a coffee and then I'm going to test this bloody thing. I'll take myself back to the start. Oh, so many, so many, so many. Right. I'll leave you chatting to this sailor. This is what I liked. I was like, how can I get around the fact that I'm not a great character artist? So I hired a great character artist, but deliberately it was a 2D one. Right, give me 2 seconds. The thing I like about this, okay, is that a couple of people have asked me, why have I gone for these 2D characters like this that aren't the same as the rest of the map? One, it's really, really jarring. And two, your character is already insane. In reality, well, I'll not spoil it for you. There we go. Yeah, the main character is insane, but then again, it's a Lovecraft game, so what do you expect? Right, let's have a look. Fingers crossed. And I need to get this built and put out. Turn it down a bit. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Engage, disengage problem. Yeah, that's still not fixed. I need to fix that before I can do anything else. Okay, well, I'll engage with them in a minute. Let's go straight into the game. I don't need to actually talk to them. They just contain plot. Sound cue for that one's not working for some reason. I think it's been overridden though by the birds, so I have to fix that. Hey, no worries, no worries. What I was just saying was there's a reason why these do 2D, not just as an artistic choice, but also because it feeds into the story. There's a heavy story reason why. Now, the Boyds are slowing things down a little bit, so I might reduce the size of their flocks. I don't know if you can see that or not, if I hit F11. But what I have is I have these Boyd flocks in. There we are, flock 1, 2, 6, and 7. Now, they have far too many birds in, which is causing a bit of an issue there. So, because the thing is, each of these is a mini artificial intelligence. Yep, seagulls, rook gulls, you name it. We've got all sorts in here. So, I want to rescale them. Movement speed is multiple. Perception, max void allowed. The perception radius was reduced there. That's well. Number of boys. Here we go. Bring that right down. Right, so if I do that now, we should have less seagull. Yeah, that's a bit better. Some of them are seagulls, some of them are black gulls. There's actually a very, very complicated ecosphere, is that what they call it, up here, up in the Hebrides. And there's a lot of different birds there. Not so many animals, but a lot of birds. Now, in the original script, the original demo, I was actually riding the ship to the island. But the problem with that is that, one, the ship's quite small. I mean, it's not tiny, it's big enough to walk around on, but it contains the plot a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. So I decided to kind of get rid of that. So if I go back up here now, bear in mind I've got 8 windows open, which is why we're getting a lot of judder. Going here. What it will do is it should unload that lot as I get further away. I was getting quieter now I've got away from them. There's the ship. I mean, you can still ride on the ship if you really want to, but it takes so long to get to the island. Yeah, I love ropeways. They feel so perilous, even if they're not. And as well as which, they're a great plot device, because all you need is the most simple of weather to close it down. Now, funny enough, like you'd think, oh God, yeah, very much so. But of course, they're really, really open to whoosh being blown over by like heavy gales. The longest one of these actually is in America, and I think it's 74 kilometers long. I don't know if it's still operating or not, but can you imagine being on one of these that's 74 kilometers? Where I used to live when I was a kid, they used to have one of these that used to dump coal slag into the sea because I used to live next to a coal mine. And it used to run 24 hours a day, and it was like this. But once it was halfway across the sea, the bottom would open and all the coal would drop out. It was really, really amazing, actually. I like how the glass is like stopping some of the detail. Okay, so I know that's working now, so the next thing I need to work on is fixing up the conversation system, which most assuredly is not working. Ooh. So. Fortunately, I have a backup, and I'm going to have a look at it. Oh my goodness, yeah, I agree. I agree. I was talking about this yesterday when I was streaming. One of the things that I've noticed was, I mean, this is set in the Victorian, well, late Victorian, we're talking 1936, just before Second World War. So actually it's Georgian. But they were very much into this kind of travel system. They were also into escalators and elevators because it was all new ways of getting around back then, you know, these travel ways. Right. Oh, there we go. Now, I need to have a look at a script that I've already got. So I'm going to open a second Unreal Engine project and have a look at a backup, because I always have backups. See, full version, demo. Cool, eh? Okay, so which one's the one that I need? Probably that one. Oh, lovely. Paternoster elevator. Is that the one with the piston? Hang on, let's have a look. Oh shit, yes, I have. They had some, God, you're talking 1970s now. But paternosters, yeah, they were terrifying. I rode one time only once in Belgium, in a cheap hotel I was staying at in Belgium when I went on a school trip when I must have been about 8. And it was one of the scariest lifts I've ever seen in my life, but it was awesome. You can tell it was awesome because I still remember it, and we're talking like 42 years ago, maybe. There was no safety back then. It was a bit like traveling in one of those, what's it called again? A dumbwaiter, you know, which I've also travelled in because I was drunk. But, oh, wow. Yeah, they're scary because like you're watching the wall shoot by and it's like a conveyor belt of lift. It's just so strange. I loved it though. It's just a shame you don't see them more often because they're actually really, really fuel economic. You know, everyone travels in the same direction and you just step off and try not to die, which I thought was tremendous. Right, here's my old dude here. Let's have a look at him. I always keep backups just in case I need them, you see. So here we are. This is the bit I need. Just here. My original project, which isn't that one. Oh yeah, it is that one. Right, I need to open up my blueprint for these buggers. Or not. Here we go. Interaction events. Now then, what I'm looking for is there should be an event for these when I disengage them. So let me just close this down. Sorry if I'm being boring on this. I've got to get as much as I can done. Right, compile, save. So you can see there that there is indeed a box. graph. So we need end overlap. End overlap. Won't that's when. No, you please do that. I'm greatly enjoying chatting. Now you've got to remember most of the time I don't have many people to talk to. No one asks any questions. I thought, I was just shouting into the void, so. Right, add event for box. Collision, add on component end overlap. That's the one that I need. Because you're going to stand inside this box. So we need to disengage the dialog when you're done. I need it to also tell us when the dialog is over. So, fortunately, I have an awful lot of documents open. I don't tend to share my entire screen. Yeah, absolutely. Well, streaming's nice for me because the thing is I've been teaching for 22, 23 years, something like that. Like privately, I've been teaching like 3D artists, architects, game developers, all that sort of thing. So I'm used to talking. And so I find it very relaxing, obviously, talking while I'm doing this. Here we are. Well, it's just practice, to be honest. I mean, when I first started, I have 5 children. They were all really, really young at the time. And the youngest one used to be in a baby carrier on my other desk so that I could like chat to him. And I was chatting to him while I was working. And then I realized that if I just basically, pretended I was chatting to him, I was able to get my work done. It's because, I think we've all got ADHD or ADD to a extent of one or another. And it was just a way of me being able to focus, really. Right, let's see. Dakota Smith is a very, very talented coder. I need to look at. Okay, so I need to disengage the dialogue. Well, I can send you over some. The best thing to do is be personable, be yourself, and don't be in any way condescending. I was teaching. I was teaching a load of guys. Now, who were they from? They were like professionals. They were all industry professionals, right? They were all like really good jobs, way better than like what I was doing. And they'd been at a training course the week before, and one of them had asked a question, and the instructor had shouted at him not to ask questions because he knew what he was doing. And I think that's a cool thing to bring away from this. Yes, you're the person teaching, but it doesn't mean you know more than everybody else. And it's important to kind of respect that for people, I think. Right, let's see if this pulls back properly. Play. Yep, that's better. Okay, so now we can disengage dialogue that way. See if there's any other emergency disengagings. I don't want it playing anything. Okay, so let's put some events in for dialogue. So variable is in dialogue. Walk away from dialogue. Also, if you're teaching Blender, trust me, you'll not have a problem. People love learning Blender. 3ds Max, not so much so. I've taught a lot of 3ds Max stuff. Hang on, I'll find you a link. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, here we go. Another example of me not being great at advertising. That was in my tutorials. Pardon me. Right. I don't bother doing it anymore because I really hate doing tutorials though, so go figure. Right, yeah, event activate dialog. The activate dialog. That's a message. BPIs. Yeah, I understand that. To be honest, I really like Blender too, and you know, I've used 3ds Max for 20 years. I hate 3D Studio Max. If I could punch it to death, I would. That's just filled with dislike for it. Oh, okay. I just need to check that something happens when we go on our boot. So, play. A little bit of overlap there, but nothing too bad. Then play. Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very clunky piece of software. Right, so all the sailors are here, everyone's here. This is the description text. Yep, so that worked. Brilliant. Do like leaving a few bugs in for people to find. Not that there won't be a shortage of those. Right, now I have to ride the tramway twice, and that will tell me if this works. Ding, ding. I'm also going to reduce the volume of that audio and do a rebuild. Okay. Nice. I suppose this part of the game developing process looks a lot prettier than the old one. Well, I highly approve of any game where you ride elevators a lot. When I was a ween, there used to be a department store in where I used to live in Great Yarmouth, and it only had 2 floors. This place, like, just oh god, yeah, so much fun. But this place only had 2 floors, but it had one of those old-fashioned iron elevators with like the pull-across metal door grating thing. Really so much fun, and it had like a man inside it who wore a suit who'd take you up and down. And that used to be my highlight of the visit. You know, we'd get in there. You weren't allowed to press the buttons. The man had a lever that he pulled back and it went up or down. And that was his job. His job was to, you know, make sure you got up or down in the lift. And then when we got out of there was a teeny little cafe and we'd have like, you know, I'd have a glass of orange squash or something. But it was just so damn nice. I don't think I need flock 6 and 7. I might delete them. Now, what should have happened at some point during this journey is it should have loaded the stuff ahead of me. Oh, you star. I bet that looks absolutely amazing. You see, what you're going to have to do is you'll have to stream, and then I'll come and sit in on your stream whilst you're all going up and down in the lift. You see? We can support each other's streams that way. I actually know a few... are you German? I think so. I know a few German devs, actually. Pretty good one called Sasha Hendricks. Yeah. Tuning tool's only 178 megs over budget. That's fairly low for me. Let me out. I thought so. Much love for my fine German chums. Right, so bit of slowdown here. Not expected, but I think that's done in the game engine. Let's go back in. See if things have changed or not, because they should have done. May need to unload some parts that are using up too much memory as well. I was going to add more creaking to this, but frankly, you know, it's supposed to be just a nice chip there and back again. Hey, that'd be cool. Send me a link anyway, okay? And what I'll do is I'll have a look at it once I've finished with this. I love games that run in the browser. I think that's amazing. Pixel streaming is, in my opinion, like the thing that we all really need to be focusing on, because Xbox has the right idea with this. And I wouldn't normally say like Xbox has the right idea for anything, but their streaming system, I think, is probably going to dominate the way people buy games. Because I mean, I don't need to buy first-party games brand new anymore when I can just get them for a month through the Xbox streaming service. Return journey's not quite as quick. Interesting. I haven't seen the return carriage yet. I wonder if it's there. But by all means, yeah, just pop a link in. It'll warn you about posting links up, because I've got like this thing in the channel that automatically warns people not to post links. But oh dear, look at that. See that? That is bug. Like you think, Chris? Yeah, that's a bug. Okay. I think the easiest way to deal with this is probably just to get rid of the code that's optimizing it. So I'll just find where my volume is. I left floating in the middle of nowhere, I believe. Hello, there it is. So this is volume. God, so much bug fixing. I thought I was done by last night, you know. Ah, you star. I shall have a look. Thank you. Oh, shut up, third officer. Right then. So I need to. I'll just click that and open it in a new window. Okay, and copy the URL. Copy. Oop. There we go. Nice. Okay, I shall have a look at that in a few. So I'm just going to pop that in my channel, just so I can see it. Okay. Right. Where the flip was I? Oh, yeah, there. Right. Now look at this. Blah, 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 blah. This thing here. Blueprints. Open level blueprint. Oh, you know, it can be anything you want. Make it a thriller, make it an adventure, make it a drama. Right, this is Triggerbox 2. Yeah, Triggerbox 2. Does Triggerbox 2 do anything now? It bloody well should. Right, my guess is Triggerbox 2 isn't doing anything that it's supposed to, so let's just get rid of it. Okay. Manually load in the parts I want. Ah, there we go. Nice. I like that. And I shall enjoy riding it. Right. So that's the unhide for Esoteria, event tick delay, main blah 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 blah, Esoteria unhidden, yes. Main world, event begin play, yep. Now this, Triggerbox, where is Triggerbox? Triggerbox should be, oh yeah, and you can bugger off now. Oh yeah. Oh, that's an interesting question. Hang on a second. This, also the film The Lighthouse, also The Outsider and others. Yeah, there we go. But I suggest Hound of Shadow, old school, one of the best games. I love it. It's all atmosphere, nothing else. Right, trigger box. Where's my trigger box? This. And a little current with my levels. Uh, rock room. All that. That. Hey, you're welcome, man. If you can get a copy of Hand of Shadows, it's worth the patience you put into play it. It really is. It is really a very, very, very good game with a lot of good story. And it's merciless. It doesn't mess around in like, telling you what to do and what not to do either. It's just a good game. There we go. Right, I've decided to keep the village up. I think I should hide the village actually. So I'll move that. Okay. There's Esoteria. Esoteria. Why is everything scary? There we go. Okay, next. Play from here. I really want to go on holiday to Germany again soon. I've never actually been to Germany proper, but I would like to go there. Right, so this is where everything should take place. Okay. Quickly I'll be getting this. Let's see if it's done what it was supposed to do, otherwise I'm going to have to fix it a little bit more. That's worrying. Actually, while I'm doing this, it means I've got to go all the way across here. I'll just make another figure box all the way back here just to test it with. But you're thinking, God, I wish I'd gone on to a channel with someone more competent now. I actually teach a lot of German guys and Dutch guys and Belgian guys. I do official teaching for Epic for Europe out of a company in the Netherlands. That changes about 3, maybe a 4. Maybe it's temporary. Trigger. Oink. You should definitely try it. It's really enjoyable. It really is. It's surprisingly relaxing, and you learn so much. Like, it's not about what you learn and teaching it to other people so much as, it's about just, I don't know. I've learned so much since I started teaching, and I think it's great. Right, so here's where the demo puzzle starts, but let's link this in. On actor, begin, overlap for this one. So this should be right in there, compile. Right. Well, it's nice, I mean, I do a lot of teaching for free. I do a lot of teaching for not free because I need to live. That looks like it actually worked. Let me just try that again. As you can see, there's like loads of people, loads and loads and loads. And the idea should be that when I walk over here and go through this fair, they're gone. And now there's things. Because it's an adventure, not a walking simulator, which is another thing that confuses people. They're like, oh, you mean it's an adventure? Yeah, it's an adventure. What's up, young lad? Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was all working and stuff. Oh, right, that is working, and I am happier than 4 campers in a box of camper soup, whatever that could be. Probably going out later if you want to come with, little buddy. I'll probably go out later to the shop. I don't know if you want to come with or not. I'm going to kick off a compile in a few. I'm still streaming, but I'll be done in about 10 minutes. Probably go out at 4. And I'll find out if your sis wants you to, well, if your sis is free as well, because, you know, it'd be nice to be able to see her again, I suppose, for a while. Right, let me just find these audios because it's too loud. So, cue. No, sound. God, there's a lot of sound here. Water. Here we are, water noises. Get rid of that one. Keep that one. That one. And that one. That one. Don't need too many. There we go. If you want some hard surface tutorial, just drop me a message through CG Pirates or Discord, because I'm on Discord. You're very welcome to come and hang in Discord. We have a very, very slovenly Discord. But yeah, just drop by and I'll send you some of my old teaching material so you can look over it. I mean, my style's changed a hell of a lot in the past several years, but not that much. Okay, I think the bugs for today are fixed. So I'll just put a note in my channel that I do that in. Okay, so this is going to be release candidate 4. There's been a lot. There's been betas 1 through to 7, release candidates 1 through to 4. Testers have been like, what is this? It's all good fun. Right, I need to make sure that levels that aren't being used are destroyed. Oh, yeah, sure. Hang on. Invite. Where the hell do I do invites? I'm not very good at this, as you can probably tell. General chat, edit, no, invite, yes, there we go. Create one. That'll do. There you go, that should get you in there. It's made mostly out of British and European people, so there will be a heavy degree of sarcasm. There you are. Welcome aboard, Luke. More the merrier. That didn't take long. Right, I'm sitting rubbing my nose live on camera. That's never a good sign, is it? Right, I need to quickly go through and make sure that I don't have any maps in here that aren't needing to be built. So, streaming assets is fine. Streaming. I don't have village, so I'm going to remove that. And make sure it's not on this list. So village can go. Village can go. Thank you. What else can go? Temple. Circle can go. This should hopefully reduce my overheads quite considerably. Observatory isn't on, so that can go. Ocean state's on. The weather state 1 is not on. NPC and animal layer isn't on. One is on. Lighthouse is on. Landscape is on. Easter Terrier is on. Keep the house. Build data is not on. These are all sub-levels that stream in, incidentally, just in case you wonder. Easter Terrier. Environmental level 3 is not on. 2. Or the engine room. Demo is on. Crypt, no. Connor's block is, the block is not. There we go. So this reduces the number of overhead levels I've got for my game now for streaming purposes. Right down. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's hope we get a build, eh? So, package project, Windows. Everything's all set up and ready to go. Jam. I'll put my output screen on because that's like the money shot. And we can see how many build errors I get while I drink my coffee. What would be good is that, hello Peter. Oh, Peter won't bloody hear me. I'm on my radio. No matter how good or bad a singer you are, you can always do a fair good Oh, incidentally, if you're in the channel, I'm all blue. Peter Bolan is Peter. Bertie is my moderator from the Media Palace from like 15 years ago, as is Loving Saskia, also known as Alan. Alan is actually in the Navy though, so I don't know if he's on land or not. Oh, there we go. Build successful. That's what I like to see. Right, let's see how big this is. I'm really hoping I've saved some space on this demo. Developer design boxes. Okay, so I'm going to try this on stream now. So let's see how this does. I like that it goes full screen though. That jollies me up. Yeah. Right. Hello. Oh yes. No, they're too expensive. The rocking chair, by the way, if you get too close to it, stops rocking. I don't know if anyone will notice that. Aye, nothing for you here at Wickie. Although he doesn't snap out of his thoughts for some reason. Where's this one? Go. See that? That's a bug, incidentally. So I'm going to have to work out why I've got that bug. Especially as I've already done a build, which is a little bit aggravating. But to be honest, everything else is working except for that. So I'll just make sure I can get across. Oh. The ship over there. The ship will arrive actually at the harbour eventually. Oh, and the birds over here seem to be flocking in a very ball-shaped manner, which I'm not exactly sure. I think there's a bug there with birds, so I'm going to fix them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually fix them now. It makes me sad. Oh, okay. Hold it. Still not sure why that bloody thing isn't working properly, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a timer on them as well. Quickly make sure that it closes it down if it's already open. So, library. Yeah. Oh, never ends. Never ends. Something I need to change a little bit. Right, so I've got to fix a bird flock and a conversation close, which isn't working for some reason. Put in with the end conversation, didn't I? Soon find out. One little lens reef. Man. Errors, let's open it. Something isn't disengaging the dialogue. That is that. Right. Move from parent. I'm going to have to fix this dialogue stick that ain't working. The lines are just overlapping as well. But it may not be. I'll fix that later. Annoying, but there we go. Not a lot to do about that. This block. Here it is. Right. So this is our void sequence. Movement speed's too far. No, it isn't. It's actually fine. Perception radius. Increase. Max voids and perception 200. Avoidance distance 1250. Turn speed's fine. Wander distance is fine. Vision type fine. Let's have a look. Stimulate. Much better. Okay, save. Back over here. Yeah. Sailors farting on the dance floor. Right, so this one here is on line number 11, which is here. Is the last line in the dialogue. Either of these. I'm curious to see what it looks like. Let's find a terrible texture. Yeah, that'll do. I couldn't tell if anyone's actually chatting in the channel. There is a way to, well, the voids thing is kind of necessary, because it avoids the carriage. Sorry, who's that that's chatting? I couldn't see which name it was. Hang on a second, I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, I want to avoid the carriage, you see, but, yeah, it's weird. Let me have a look at him. This one does not appear to have a collision mesh, you see. That's what the problem with this one is. Interesting. Interesting. Where's, level blueprint NPC4? That's what this is. He doesn't have a collision mesh. All the other sailors, don't know if you noticed this or not, do, but he does not. Why he does not? Oh my word, he's a part of this one. That's weird. So I think what's happened is he's actually been cloned without realizing it. So there's the standee there. I'll just delete it. And that won't actually break this. Well, it might not be. There is a way to interact with them because they spread and scatter as the actual carriage goes through them. Sorry, Core, couldn't see it was you, or Luke rather. But hang on, play from here. This is what the error's being caused by, though. Anyway, so at least I've isolated that. And this is the guide that was actually brought to over there. Perfect. Okay. Right. As you can see, the streaming pool is a trillion gigabytes over budget. But I expected that, and I'm not especially concerned at the moment. It's just I've got a lot of stuff loaded up. Okay, so save current and file package Windows build. Okay, so I'll just go to my wiki updates. Added. So that's a fix. Game no longer ends randomly when you exit the vehicle. There we go. So that's 2 fixes in there. What else did I fix in this? Fix. Void interaction. Ah. And I'm going to go and fill the kettle. Looks like it's doing okay. Hey, up, someone's in chat. Wonderland. Okay, I think I'm going to stop streaming now. This is worked, which is what I wanted. It's on your pack command, so I am going to the toilet. Once I've done all my other stuff. Okay. Right, so this is built. It's now close. Desktop, build, properties, 5.75. Real flipping nice, that is. Copy, desktop. Content. That. Thank heavens for SSDs. This. Wickie App Builder. Yeah. Upload a wiki demo, and today is 14th. And run. That's it. Right, I shall see you.